Hello.
Hello
Welcome back.
to raising each other.
Yes.
Um, Glad that we have our listeners back.
Yeah.
And that we're excited to do another fun-filled
I know
conversation.
I don't know what episode we're on at this point, but
I don't either. We've
um
just been, to be honest, guys, we have just been like recording different conversations, and then we're gonna hit publish to Spotify. So what we're recording now, you might not hear for a couple of weeks, but it's still going to be fun. We're probably still going to feel the same way that we do today on the topics that we discuss. Um, but we did come up with a schedule. Um, we will be publishing new episodes on Spotify every Wednesday morning at 6 a.m. That's Eastern time, like Ohio time, our time. Um, so you can enjoy us on your way to work in the morning or in the evening or whatever is most convenient for you. But it will be Wednesday, like a midweek pick me up kind of
yeah,
thing.
yeah, I
A
love it.
midweek mindless. I'm gonna listen to these girls banter back and forth um, on just random topics.
Yeah. Hump
So
day.
yeah, we love Hump Day. Um, but Carly, um, please tell us more. You're managing our
Instagram.
Instagram
Yes,
account,
yes.
so can you go into that a little bit?
Yes. So make sure you're following, make sure you are tuning into that. I hope it kind of also turns into not necessarily like new video posting, but hopefully, if mom and I are together and we're doing something, like I can put like, hey, we're doing this, and then when you hear about it in the podcast, you can be like, oh yeah, I remember when I saw they were doing this or whatever.
Oh,
So
that sounds so much
so
fun.
I kind of think more of like not like a blog, but like whatever. So yes, so make sure you're following that. That is raising and then period each other or raising dot each other on Instagram. Make sure you're following that so you can keep up to date with us.
That sounds wonderful. And then always feel free to put comments in there, comment
Yep.
on the episodes, whether you agree, disagree, you have questions, any of that sort of thing.
Yeah,
Again,
because
we're open. If you want to share your opinion on something that we talk about, we're open to that too, and we might discuss that in upcoming episodes.
right, yeah. Because I like I said a few episodes ago, I think I want to do a whole episode of comments or something,
Yes, I think that would be so much
like
fun.
reading your comments.
Yes,
Like that would be fun.
that would be a lot of fun.
Because then like we could like conversate on like what Jimmy said or whatever.
Right,
Like
and
and be like,
then
oh yeah, I didn't really ever think of it that way.
yeah,
Because I
so
mean, I'm sure that's what you're doing if you're listening to us, or you're not. But
yeah, I mean, you could be listening to us being like, you guys are just a bunch of judgmental bitches, and that's cool. So tell me more about that. Um, and I don't mind some good friendly debate.
we're
Um,
mostly friendly.
are mostly friendly. I do refuse to downright argue because arguing's for idiots. But a good, friendly, healthy debate. So I'm open to that. So yeah, let us know in the comments.
Yes. Well, speaking of being bitches,
Oh gosh, our topic today. So here's the warning. This topic is, we're being very judgy. Okay, well, I'm just gonna put it out there. This is one of those things that probably everybody thinks, but everybody wants to be too good of a person to admit to it. So that's basically this today's topic. Is what we call HOA. It is a term. Um,
if you're
it,
like an HOA wife,
like if
or
you're an HOA wife, or I could say that vehicle's very HOA, and like we know what that means.
but like to the average person, they don't know what that means. Like it's an us term, or like our inner circle term.
Right.
Like
But you guys are more than welcome to start using that if it helps you out, because we do refer to things as very HOA. So a little bit of background. I'm sure many of you know HOA actually stands for Homeowners Association, and that is what it stands for in our in our
Terminology.
in our term of it. So homeowners associations were um, they're designed. They're like these like people, I guess,
They're
committees.
cults.
I guess they're kind of like cults. They're these people that kind of organize rules of certain neighborhoods. Now, here's the really interesting part of all of this is that I have never personally dealt with an HOA, and neither has Carly. I've never lived in a neighborhood where HOA exists, nor will I ever. However, I do understand that there's a purpose to them. They are to make sure your little neighborhood, stays free of riffraff, and the houses don't look, disheveled, and everybody's, keeping up with mowing their lawns. And I understand the purpose of that. However, the
There comes to be an attitude with it.
yeah, I just feel like there's
These
this certain
people hold.
persona with it, like these women that like, well, or men, but it's women tend to be more HOAE than men. And again, that's totally my perception. I mean, it could be a whole man thing.
No,
I
I
don't
think
I don't know.
men can do it too. I think it's either in your house, it's either you're an HOA husband or you're an HOA wife. Like, and the other one is not like,
So my perception of you, if you are on an HOA, is that you're like kind of on a power trip.
yeah,
And you get to dictate if
you're knocking on the door on Christmas, the day after Christmas, saying your lights are still up.
right, or your door's the wrong color, or that doesn't go with our neighborhood rules. It's like people on power trips, like they need power trips or control. Again, I understand they want, the neighborhood to look uniform, and they want it all, but it's almost like a keeping up with the Jones thing.
Yeah,
Like if I got new shutters on my house, well, the HOA is going to come along and say, well, the neighbor needs new shutters now because those shutters don't match. And it it's
yeah.
all about, like, there's a lot of unnecessary things I think that come with HOA, and people that I've
Well,
known that have been a part of HOA.
like there's so much more to worry about, in my opinion. Like you're worried about your hot water tank busting, or you've got somebody sick in your life or whatever, and we're fucking worried about shutters or who's doing the lemonade stand at the block party. Like,
Right.
but these
So
are what these HOA people choose to pick and fight about, is that kind of stuff, not, hey, are you okay? Like, I heard your mom's in the hospital.
yes, like they're more concerned that you didn't cut your grass, or you didn't fertilize your lawn,
Right.
and that just makes the whole neighborhood look bad because you didn't fertilize your lawn this year or whatever. I just I wouldn't do well. I don't think I would do well in an HOA
No.
environment at all, because I mean, like, I do what I want in my yard, and if I like dandelions, to be quite honest with you.
The groundhogs eat them.
The Like, my groundhog loves to eat grand dandelions, and you know I like them. I think they're pretty little flowers. Whoever said that they're a weed, I mean, that's you being judgy. I mean, um, it's not a weed. It's a beautiful flower. Um, so anyhow, that was down a rabbit hole. So HOA people, in my perception, are very, like, everybody's heard the word Karen.
Yes.
They're like
They're like a Karen.
they're like a Karen, and they have like way overdone makeup. They have Michael Kors bag because they have to keep up.
Right.
They almost, like, 98% of the time they drive either a white or a cream colored SUV,
Or black.
or black.
But it's usually like the Yukons, or
Yes,
like
it's not.
it's not like like
No,
a little tinker car.
no, it's not like a Chevy Equinox or anything like that. It's definitely like a Suburban, or an Acadia, GMC Acadia.
Yeah.
It's something like that, and it's either white or it's like cream colored. Um, and that's what they drive. And yeah, so that's just HOA. So if I say something is HOA, it means it's just kind of over the top and way too extra and kind of
Yeah.
just way out of my league. People that I just cannot relate to.
Yeah.
Um,
They just worry about things that aren't
I
meant
just
to be worried
imagine these
about.
people being in tens of thousands of credit card debt.
Yeah.
Is kind of what, because they very much have to keep up. They have an image to uphold.
Right, because they're, their husbands are president of the HOA, so like I have to make sure all my stuff, like, yeah.
Yeah. And so that's just my perception. So if you're on an HOA, I am interested in your comments, or if you live in an environment where there is an HOA, I'm interested in your comments, because again, this is coming from somebody who's never dealt with the HOA. I've only heard stories, and I definitely have my
But
perception.
like, correct me if I'm wrong. Like, you pay, like, okay, you have your mortgage in this house or whatever. Like, you pay whatever for your mortgage, but then you also pay into this HOA fund.
That is my understanding. Like, you pay the homeowners association.
But like, I'm gonna pay a bitch to come to my knock on my door on December 26th and say, "Take your Santa down." Like, no, I'm not doing
Yeah,
that.
yeah. See, that's why I just would not do well. I just would not do well with an HOA.
Like, I don't need somebody bossing me around. That's why I'm an adult.
Right. And like, I'm looking to do a new roof this year.
Right.
Like, if I
Heaven
had to
forbid if you did it green.
yeah, and like, if I was in the HOA, would I have to hire a certain contractor, or would I have to hire like an HOA approved person to do my
Right.
roof?
Or if you wanted, a steel roof, or if you wanted
Shingles or whatever. Yeah. Am I allowed to pick that? I don't think in those neighborhoods that you can do that, because Karen or, Jessica on a power trip, you know,
Brittany.
will come over and tell me no. Like, that's against the HOA rules.
Well,
And
then too bad, it's already on my house.
and I don't do rules very well. Like,
Rules are made to be broken.
we all know this. I break rules. I mean, I'm very careful about the rules that I break. Like, I'm not going out and like breaking the law. I'm not a criminal. But like, no, I don't do rules very well. I don't do red tape very well. So that's just me. But this term originated for us.
Yes.
Not
very long ago.
A
couple years ago.
Yeah.
We were at a festival, and it's this festival, like, we live in small town Ohio, so it's just a festival not too far away, and these HOA women were walking around with corn stalks, and it just makes me cackle so loud, because okay, yeah, these women, they're carrying the Michael Kors purses. Mind you, this festival is like in the woods, like it's back in the woods, and Jimmy Bob is selling his salsa and whatever.
Yep.
And like, these ladies are carrying around corn stalks. Now, for some of you, you might be like, "Oh my gosh, that's so cute. I would love to put some on my porch." But for me, that's fucking stupid. Like, we grew up very much, both me and mom, we grew up in small town Ohio, the same town. And like, corn stalks are like surrounding our house. So
Yes.
like, I would just pick some and put them on my porch, but people who grew up around that don't do that, because you'd look like a moron.
Yeah.
So these HOA women who live, you can look out your bedroom door and see Johnny shitting in his house.
Yep.
Feel the need to put corn stalks on their porches.
Yes, it's like these people come from these like suburban
Cities.
areas, and again, we are totally judging when we're like, they're HOA. They may not be a part of the HOA, but they fall into that I'm on a power trip, I have an image to uphold category. So it's the term HOA. It's who they are. But not only are they buying these corn stalks, like, they're paying a lot of fucking money for corn stalks.
Like we said, we could go out back and get them.
Like, at this particular festival, I mean, they're getting like a little bundle of 3 corn stalks for like $50. for
$50.
like 3 corn stalks.
It's insane. And
Like,
oh, and the like mini hay bales or the mini straw bales.
oh my gosh.
Like,
Yes.
shoot me in the head.
Yeah. People pay crazy money for that. And it's like, really? To like put on your front porch?
But then that's what they do because they need to make themselves look all festive in the fall. Their
Right.
porches have to be so perfect. And
Right.
it just is so silly to me.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of reminds me of the movie The Grinch, where, like, I forget their names, like Betty Hulu or whatever, and they're fighting back and forth, like, who has the better Christmas lights.
Yes, that's exactly what like I would imagine two HOA women would be doing.
That's what I imagine too. And like they seriously, like, behind the scenes hate each other,
Yeah,
but yeah, they're just like bitches.
yeah,
And it's all because they have an image to uphold. And I mean, they, like I said, they wouldn't be caught dead driving like,
yeah, like Martha May Whovier. That's her name. And
yes,
in
yes,
Dr. Seuss, I meant the Grinch. She's like, Betty, hi.
yeah,
I see you're still putting lights on your house. Like she would be HOA.
yes, yeah. That's how I like really picture these neighborhoods to run. And I would not fit in well, that is for sure.
No, but I mean, and like you go back to the whole point of like they have you. There's no way that like they do not have like massive credit card debt. Like they're paying $1,500 on their Yukon
Yeah,
and massive credit card debt because yeah they're the keeping up with the Joneses because they are the Joneses. Like
yeah. And it just makes you wonder. And like 8 out of 10 of the time, I would say, especially at this particular festival we were at, their kids are like the worst crotch goblins you could
crotchies.
like imagine. Like, they have zero control over their kids. And but they're the ones that have my kid is an honor student, or
Yeah.
at preschool or whatever the fuck, on their Yukon. And they're just, yeah,
Or sorry, I have to leave work because I have to go bake potatoes for the um after football practice.
yeah, because not only are they the head of the HOA, they have this image to upkeep. So they
Or on the
also
PTA.
they are also on the PTA. And like, oh my gosh, I remember I was like always like the worst mom. Like,
Like,
I was like the worst cheer mom. I was like the worst
oh,
dance
they're
mom.
definitely the cheer moms too.
Oh yeah, they're definitely the cheer moms. Like, and that's why I probably
Cheer moms are a whole fucking separate episode.
that is a whole fucking separate episode. But like,
They kind of go hand in hand.
it just makes me think of that. Like, I like, yeah, I wasn't like baking cookies and like making homemade icing and icing them and then like writing everybody's name and drawing little pom poms on the cookies and like being that mom. Because, well, number one, I fucking work, and
Right.
I didn't have time for that. So I was always the, I'll give whatever.
Right.
Like, I'll give you money. Like, or I will do like store-bought cookies, or I know when it was my turn to do meal, like, I ordered all the girls Subway.
Right.
It's very like, I mean, I don't put a lot of thought into it,
Right.
because I didn't have time to do that. So
Right.
in that aspect, I felt like I was a very bad cheer mom. And I also did refuse to get into the gossip of like who's doing what and whose
Well,
daughter
and those
did this.
HOAs
And
are.
I know, and that's
They
why
want to make sure that they're in the know for each household.
right. And their kids are just like spoiled little fucking brats.
Now, I do think there could be, and do you think that like there could be HOA like dads or HOA husbands? Like,
Okay, well, yeah, there definitely is HOA husbands, because I think that whole image, um, that has to be upheld. I mean, I couldn't imagine you having two very different views on that and being married. Um, So I think that the husbands have to be a part of it,
But I think
or
the
the
husbands are just
spouse.
honestly big pussies.
Yeah, I kind of do too.
Like, I think they're all talk like I'm the HOA, and but they're not.
Yeah, because I can tell you your shutters can't be red.
Okay, you sound like a diphthong.
Yeah, like I'm fucking paying for it. My shutters will be whatever color I fucking
So
want
then
them to be.
they'll say that and they'll get all huffy, and then their wife comes over and is like, me 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 me.
Yeah, it's just that's just like a whole like world of people that I cannot relate to.
But I can
So
make fun of. So
yeah, I mean we're definitely being judging. You know, we're definitely judging these people. Um, you know, I don't think any of our listeners
would probably be HOA.
would be HOA because I don't think that they could relate to me. You know, I mean to them I'm probably just like
Why would you not want to be told what to
yeah,
do?
I think to them I just like this would be like this piece of shit. Like why so but I don't care. Like that's fine. That's
That's
you
you.
know,
That's not me.
whatever. Um I'm doing me, you do you. And if that's what you do and that's what makes you happy, that's great, but we probably can't be friends.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think that, yeah, like you said, they're very much on a power trip. Like, they just have their priorities different. And their
Yes.
priorities are to look luxurious. And now I don't necessarily say that this is for all like HOA members. I'm sure, as
Oh,
people are, there are people, who just decide to live in an HOA because it's just easier for them. You know, some people like to live by having rules. Like, they like to kind of go through life by being told what to do.
yeah,
And
I would
that
agree.
works for them, but they're not necessarily like not they're not necessarily like HOAs. They just like live in an HOA community because it's just easier for them.
Yes. And I think some of those people could relate to
But
us.
yes, and I agree. I think that those people are a little bit more down to earth. Um, but then there's HOAs where they're not.
Right. So, um,
So if you're an HOA and you live in an HOA, this video or this podcast may relate to you or it may not. Hopefully, if you're like, dang, I think I am kind of like that, maybe it'll help you dial back a little.
yeah, I mean, because like let's just like what's important, you know, um, making the rules right, like making sure that everybody's following the rules. Um, to me, nothing is like black and white. There's always a gray area. So if the
Right.
rule is that all the doors on all the houses in this neighborhood are going to be brown,
And somebody paints theirs yellow,
yeah,
like, oh well, like, I don't know how people are like
yeah, let
so tizzified about that.
yeah, and I don't honestly, I don't know what happens like if you don't follow the rules of
Like,
the
they
HOA.
can't like kick you out.
Yeah,
That's
like
your home.
what do they do? Okay, so
You get fined,
yeah,
probably.
can like somebody chime in and like let us know like what happens if you break HOA rules?
We're gonna have HOA followers. Like, we have to have an HOA follower to know that if
Well,
they,
maybe somebody knows an HOA person.
or maybe they've lived in HOA and don't
You
anymore.
know what? Next time I see a Karen looking person, I'm just gonna at this
I'm
festival.
just gonna have all the
I'm
questions.
just gonna walk up to her and be like, "Look, if I broke a rule and I painted my door black living in your neighborhood,
What would happen to
what
me?
would happen to me?" Because, like, yeah, do you get fined? Like, do you get
Like,
kicked out?
yeah, they
Like,
can't kick you out because it's your home. Like, you're paying a mortgage on this home. You can't just move. It's not like rent, like where you rent a place and they can be like, I don't like what you're doing. You're not paying. Like, get out.
yeah, but I feel like these people are on like power trips, and they it's just the way that they carry themselves. It's the way that they project themselves to the world, and it's the way that then I interpret it is that you're on this power trip
And they
to
have like watch parties.
yeah.
Like, who's somebody stays up and like watches the neighborhood? Like, for what?
Well, probably like for crime and stuff.
Yeah, I
But I'm
guess.
telling you what, this just came to my brain. Um, a few months ago, well,
Mm-hmm.
before it was probably in the fall. Um, we got a new mailbox at my house,
It's so cute.
I am not gonna lie, it is the cutest fucking mailbox on our entire road. Like it is
It's
like
like little people,
yeah,
like
and
if
it's like red, and I absolutely love it. I forget where we were. Oh, we went to Tennessee.
okay.
And then when I came home,
Yes,
Dad
you
had the
had
new
set it up.
mailbox
Yeah,
up.
it was so
And
cute.
I just every time I pull in my driveway, honest to God, when I'm pulling in my driveway, I look at my mailbox and it makes me smile. Like it just makes me happy. It's just so cute and it's
Yeah,
red and it looks like something from like the little people world.
I know.
And I love it. And I'm just so glad it did not get run over by a snowplow this year. But back to the original topic, like if we were an HOA, I might not be able to have that kind of
No,
mailbox.
you'd have to have a
And
white
I
one.
would be missing out on like I'm very grateful for like stupid little things, not stupid little things, but little things like that make me
Yeah,
smile
right,
and it makes me happy.
right. Or if you had a certain planter that you liked, or
Yeah. And my mailbox, it makes me happy. And I'm not afraid to admit that. And
so
you
fuck
could
you if I can't have it.
yeah. So and if something did happen to it, I'd order the same exact one. Like I love it. Just because it's just the cutest little
It is
mailbox.
so cute.
And yeah, if an HOA person told me that I can't have that mailbox, like I'd probably beat them with it. Like no, like, I'm gonna have that mailbox. In fact, maybe I'll start an HOA for my neighbor. I don't have any neighbors though. And like everybody has to have that kind of mailbox because it just makes
That's so
you
cute.
can't look at my mailbox and not smile.
Yeah, for sure. You do definitely have a cute mailbox. They probably have like PO boxes or something. Because isn't there like in an HOA there's like a main house or something, or like a clubhouse?
I
Like
think in some, but I do think a lot of it like they're more in like a neighborhood,
right.
so the mailman like walks up to your porch to give you your mail.
Oh.
It's not like my kind of mailbox, but
Yeah.
even if I lived in HOA, I would still put up my kind of mailbox because, or maybe some of them are like that they're at the road. I'm
I
not
don't know.
entirely sure, but I
I think
know
it
that
probably just depends on the community.
yeah. Um, but yeah, I would not want anybody to tell me that my mailbox isn't good enough or doesn't meet their standards because I tell them to go fuck themselves. And I just feel like these women that are on these power trips, I think they just have it all fucking figured out. Like
Mind you, they have 900 other thousand problems of their own, but they're worried about your
your
front door.
problems,
Yeah.
right? Like, I mean, and that's fine, but I sure hope that you're able to
It's
sleep
like
at
they
night
use
and
their
you're
like
not up crying all night because you're so worried about everybody else's
it's like
property.
they pick like the citizens or whatever, or the people living in the HOA like as a punching bag. You know, like because like sometimes you like, you're good at using like your family or your husband or whatever as like a punching bag. It's like these HOA women take it out on the citizens within the community.
Yes. And it's just weird how we have this perception of something that we have zero experience
Mm-hmm.
in. And like we can kind of pick people out like and say, okay, you're definitely on the HOA because like you think you're like powerful,
Yeah.
and we not even having a conversation with them.
And mind you, they have no power. Like, okay, they do within their community, but like that's it. You're not the senator. You're not the mayor. You're just like the maybe spokesperson for the people, the 30 people in your community. Like that's it.
Right, like you sign the letter that you send to the people that say you you are in violation of this HOA rule, and then it's their signature or
Yeah,
whatever.
but like at least if you're gonna have like a title, like at least be like the senator or something. Like, okay, then you might, have some power. But like you don't as an HOA or somebody on the board or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, you do have power over, the people who live there, but like not like power like you walk and talk and act like.
Yes, it's all in the way that they like carry themselves and just the way they. So, as I'm sure will come up, this will come up again. Like people watching,
Yes.
and you can. like if you just people watch, I love to people
Oh, I
watch,
love to people
and
watch.
you can like just tell, like, and you can look at them and be like, yeah, they're probably HOA, and that's just how we describe them, and they're probably buying corn stalks, way overpriced corn stalks that they probably can't afford.
Right, and they're putting their new Blackstone on their husband's credit card.
Yeah, and it's weird how we're so judgy, but we're definitely being judgy on this one, and we're admitting to it. We're
Yeah,
we're being judgy
I'm.
bitches. Um,
We'll take full
well,
responsibility of our
yeah,
judginess.
but if I ever accuse you out in the world of being HOA, please don't take it as a compliment because it's definitely not meant that way.
Oh man. Well, I think we wrapped it up on HOA. I think we got out what we needed to say
I
on
think
them.
we have. I do understand the purpose behind HOA. I just think they need to be careful of like who they pick and choose to
Have on the
enforce
board.
the rules.
But okay, so but that's the other thing though too. Like, what if you moved to an HOA and you're like, well, fuck. Like, like you don't get to pick the board if you move in there.
Yeah, I don't know how that process goes. Like, is it a vote? I don't know. I don't know
And
how
like,
that
how
works.
often do you vote? Like for a new president or whatever.
Yeah,
Or because like there's a whole board. Like it's a whole like
committee of people.
yeah committee of
Yeah, I mean
bitches.
it's the homeowners association.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But like you move in there, you're not really knowing like the status of like the president or whatever, and then you're like, oh shit, get the fuck out of here.
yeah, I don't know how that works. But I don't. I think if you were going to buy a house in an HOA neighborhood, it says like HOA.
Yeah, no,
Like
no,
you
I
you
agree.
can't
You
you
don't go
can't
in
like buy a
blindly.
house. Yeah, you don't buy a house in an HOA neighborhood and then find out you're under these new rules.
No, no, no. I'm just saying like you don't realize who is above you or whatever. Like then you like start living there, and you're like, dang, Becky's a bitch.
Yeah, yeah, I'm sure that happens a lot.
But that's the price you pay for paying for a house in an HOA, and
Yep.
that's the story.
And that's the story, and we're gonna stick to it.
Um,
So yeah, totally open to your comments on that one, and some education.
yeah.
Because we again
Okay,
we
we're
don't know
totally confused, but we also don't know why you do it anyhow. So
exactly. That's where we're at, and don't
make
forget
sure
to
you
go like our Instagram page.
yes, and make sure you stay tuned for Wednesdays at 6 a.m.
All right, thanks.
Bye.